How much bodybuilding is too much? Well, the people on this list definitely pushed beyond their limits. From those that took so much steroids that it cost them their lives, to others that dedicated their entire existence to this lifestyle, here are 10 people who took bodybuilding too far. A few of them might tempt you to try out the world of bodybuilding, so buckle up. Before we dive into this list, make sure to leave a like on this video. Also, if you would like to join this month's Star 5 giveaway of a brand new iPhone 14, then all you have to do is subscribe to our channel and watch this video until the end to find and comment the hidden message. Good luck! Number 10. Janae Marie Croc, formerly Matt Croc. Born in Michigan, USA, Janae did everything you'd expect from any young person, but she was confused about her gender. At 23, Janae went on to serve in the U.S. Marines and even got the opportunity to serve on presidential duty security during the administration of President Clinton. At some point, she told her then-girlfriend, who she would later have kids with, about her confusion. In the initial stage, the couple was doing fine until things fell apart after 10 years of marriage. Aside from working as a powerlifter, Janae also works as a pharmacist. In order to look feminine, Janae went under the knife, losing 70 kilograms in the process. However, Janae's physique as a man was still quite prominent, especially as she pushed her bodybuilding exploits beyond the edge. This powerlifting champ still lifts consistently and with no sign of slowing down. Number 9. Andreas Muner. Andreas Muner was one of the most famous bodybuilders of his time. Before his death in 1996, the Austrian-born athlete became a sensation when he accomplished his first career height at the Arnold Classic in Columbus, Ohio in 1996, where he came 6th. The Columbus event launched Andreas' pro career, which started in 1989 into the limelight. Aside from his 200-pound body size, Andreas was always the highlight of every competition he participated in due to his unique skin texture, which was paper thin. Speaking on his increased body size in 1996, Andreas attributed his body growth to following a strict diet, training, and the genetics of skin fiber. In March 1996, just after coming in 7th at the San Jose Pro, he began to complain of severe stomach pain. He was admitted for surgery with reports stating that he was bleeding from the inside. Unfortunately, he had suffered both heart and kidney failure and didn't survive this. So what really led to this? Facts reveal that he had abused anabolic steroids and diuretics during his bodybuilding career. Number 8. Rich Piana. While some bodybuilders still hide their usage of steroids to attain their glorified physique, Rich Piana from Florida was never ashamed of his usage of steroids and insulin. The famous bodybuilder was rushed to the hospital after he collapsed at a salon where he was getting a haircut. Rich Piana was 46 when he died, with his autopsy showing the bodybuilder could have died from a heart-related disease. But what could have triggered this heart disease? To date, the official report on Rich's cause of death is that he died from an enlarged heart, technically known as cardiomegaly. However, the theory that Rich died as a result of drugs was further strengthened when police found 20 bottles of steroids in his home. Number 7. Greg Valentino. Way back in 2008, Greg was the toast of bodybuilding. Although he was hated by professionals in the sport, having a monstrous 27-inch arm is no joke. There were rumors that Greg was into steroids, but he refuted the allegations on countless occasions. When he started out as a bodybuilder, Greg never used anything extra to improve his physique because he had trained hard enough to gain measurements of 21 inches, which is considerable enough for a bodybuilder. But guess what? Greg wanted more, and to achieve this lifelong dream of being on top of the sport, he began to use bigorexia. He also added a few other drugs to the mix, getting the results he wanted, but with a heavy price. His needle usage led to an infection that blew up his arm. Although he survived, Greg had to quit the scene, never to be seen again. Number 6. Ronnie Coleman. Before retiring, Ronnie Coleman won the prestigious Mr. Olympia trophy 8 times, and no doubt he was also the face of the sport for much of the early 2000s. Everything comes at a price, though, and for Ronnie, the side effects of his excessive training and dieting only began to manifest when he quit the sport. According to Ronnie's testimony, He always knew he had a problem with his back and knees, but bodybuilding got a better part of him. In 1996, Ronnie dislocated his disc while squatting, but it wasn't until 2007 that the ex-pro bodybuilder began to take the condition seriously. In stopping the pain, Ronnie had undergone nothing less than 13 surgeries, which included 2 disc displacement surgeries, and in 2018, he underwent another back surgery to remove scar tissue. Despite all the surgeries and treatment, Ronnie still can't walk without a walking stick or support. Imagine if he had treated the case earlier. Number 5. Mustafa Ismael. Known as the Egyptian Popeye, Mustafa Ismael from Alexandria, Egypt, could have become the man with the biggest arms in the world, but it didn't quite work out that way. There were rumors that this South Boston-based bodybuilder was on steroids. He started bodybuilding all the way from Egypt and had to take up 2 jobs when he got to the United States to fund his gym membership and diet. According to some sources, Mustafa Ismael's usage of steroids is the primary reason the Guinness Book of Records has yet to recognize him. Still, he keeps denying it and attributes his success to a strict protein and carbohydrate diet. With an upper arm that measures 31 inches, he can push a whopping 600 pounds daily between 5 a.m. and 8 a.m. Number 4. Flex Wheeler. Flex Wheeler is not your typical bodybuilder. With a prosthetic right leg, this is more than enough to discourage anyone from hitting the gym daily, but not Flex. Speaking about his health challenges, Flex said his career started out clean, but at some point he started messing around with anabolics and androgens. The impact of the drugs started showing when strange reddish marks started showing on his skin. Unfortunately, this was only the beginning. This eventually led to kidney failure and the amputation of his right leg. Today, the bodybuilding legend is at risk of losing his other leg if his artery blockage continues. Number 3. Frank Zayn. Do you know what made Frank Zayn outstanding in the world of bodybuilding? Well, it was his approach to the sport. The 3-time Mr. Olympia winner was a strong advocate against the use of substances like steroids. Frank Zayn viewed bodybuilding as a sport that must be open for everyone willing to join and achieve their life goals. It was during his time in the sport that bodybuilding began to adopt a scientific approach to exercise and how participants will be judged. Thanks to Frank Zayn's emphasis on diet, training, and supplementation, he was able to prove that a lot can be achieved if the 3 are properly combined, and his legacy today is that the standards he set more than 3 decades ago remain a guiding light to others in bodybuilding. Number 2. Sergio Oliva. Born in Cuba on the 4th of July in 1941, Sergio Oliva was the 20th century's version of the legendary status of Hercules. He started out as a weightlifter back in Cuba, but a journey to the U.S. in 1962 would become pivotal in transforming Sergio into a lifelong legend. This also earned him the fearsome name The Myth. Although Sergio's record of winning the prestigious Mr. Olympia 3 times in a row has been broken by Lee Harvey and Ronnie Coleman, the fact remains that Sergio remained the first professional bodybuilder to attain the noble feat. Number 1. Arnold Schwarzenegger. Our number 1 pick for this video is a household name who first made a name for himself in the bodybuilding sport before moving into Hollywood. He also dove into politics, becoming the governor of one of the wealthiest states in the United States of America. This is no other person than the icon of the Terminator movie, Arnold Schwarzenegger. According to sources close to the Austrian-born Hollywood megastar, Arnold loves bodybuilding so much that at one point it almost killed him. Before retiring from bodybuilding competitions, Arnold Schwarzenegger had an impressive run at the Mr. Olympia competitions, winning 7 before calling it quits to concentrate on Hollywood. Speaking on his experience as a bodybuilder, Arnold said bodybuilding is by far the most dangerous sport in the world, and he's proud to be part of its community. Before retiring from the sport in 1980, Arnold Schwarzenegger, whose career started in the 1960s, won 19 bodybuilding competitions. It all started with his first major win at Junior Mr. Europe in 1965, before wrapping up his career by winning Mr. Olympia Sydney in 1980. And that wraps up today's video. How far do you think anyone should go with bodybuilding? Leave your thoughts down in the comments below. Make sure you subscribe and give us a like, And don't forget to turn on your post notifications so you never miss a video from Star 5. Thanks for watching.